Last year, Apple launched its new Apple Silicon, known as Apple M1. Apple came up with its own ARM-based processor, replacing Intel's chips in its Mac lineup. Apple claims that it has the world's fastest CPU core in low-power silicon and the world's best CPU performance per watt. And long story short, there is a phenomenal boost in performance. From the day it launched, I was willing to get my hands on this incredible machine, but was skeptical whether how long it will take to stabilize and what all apps will be optimized according to M1. Last week, I was finally able to convince myself to get ready for M1. So, in this video, we'll look at quick unboxing of Mac Mini, and stay tuned till the end as I'll share how I made my mind to go for Mac Mini with all the tips and how to choose what's best for you. Let's get into action. So, here it is, Mac Mini M1. This is the basic variant of Mac Mini with 8GB RAM and 256GB SSD. Later in the video, we'll talk about why I went for the basic version. As I said, there are 3 more machines loaded with M1 chip, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro and iMac. And this is the cheapest way to get into the Mac world. Let's quickly unbox this. This little beast is finally in my hand and I can feel it. Mac Mini is only available in silver color, whereas the previous Intel Mac Mini was also available in space gray. Let's keep this aside for a bit and look into what else we have in the box. There is some paperwork, instruction manual in different languages, and we have this big Apple sticker. I still need to figure out where I'll put this one. Quick intro manual about the device which shows ports and other smaller details. Next is we have a power cord, and this is specifically for Indian plugs and sockets. For the US and UK, you'll have a different plug type. That's it. We just have the device and the power cord in the box. The box is a little bigger this time compared to the previous versions. Let me peel this soft plastic cover. Let me remove this one last thing covering the ports. The device feels premium and smaller form factor makes it light in weight. This weighs around 1.2 kg. Obviously, we need a keyboard, mouse and a monitor to work on this, but the size makes it portable. Not as portable as MacBooks, but you have an option at least, and that's why this is the cheapest machine to get into the Mac world. This performs slightly better than the MacBooks as it has a bigger chassis, which helps the device cool faster and enhances its performance. Let's talk about the ports. We have 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports. We have a HDMI 2.0 port. We also have 2 USB-A ports and a headphone jack. Thunderbolt ports can be used for external monitors or high-performance peripherals. In front, we have a white LED light to show if your device is on or off. If you look at MacBook Air and MacBook Pro, both have just 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports. Let's quickly look at specs here. We have 8-core CPU, 8-core GPU, 16-core Neural Engine, 256GB SSD, 8GB unified memory, Wi-Fi 6, and it supports up to 2 display monitors, whereas both the MacBooks just support 1 external monitor. Also, both the MacBooks are in different price segment, but MacBook Pro has the same configuration as Mac Mini, just 7 GPU cores in Mac Air. Let's switch it on now and see what it has to offer. Well, we have done the setup and jumped straight onto the desktop. Big Sur OS is pre-installed and there are a couple of updates available in the settings. It shows the Mac OS Big Sur version, it says Mac Mini Apple M1 and 8GB of RAM. Let's go ahead and quickly taste the performance boost and open DaVinci Resolve. In my 15-inch MacBook Pro, I was struggling to render videos with effects and transitions, which I can easily do it in Mac Mini, and it's super smooth. Let's quickly convert this 3-minute clip, which is color graded with some effects and transitions, to see the difference. Wow, it just took 30 seconds and I've never seen such a huge conversion rate thanks to 8 GPU cores of M1. Next, let's run the Geekbench 5 for the benchmarks. While we are running the benchmarks, let's see how Mac Mini has outperformed all the previous Mac devices in the past. It is just next to iMac with M1 in single core performance. Rest all the devices are below Mac Mini. And when it comes to multi-core, it is somewhere in the middle, as the devices on the top are super costly. But if you see, Mac Mini has scored better than M1 MacBooks, both Air and Pro. Also, it has outperformed 16-inch MacBook Pro. So, the tests are done and you see we have these scores. And these numbers are just outstanding. So, I'll answer the most important question, why I went for Mac Mini and the basic variant of Mac Mini. There are 3 solid reasons. Number 1, value for money. If you're really looking forward to enhancing your productivity with the new M1 chip, this is the cheapest way to get into M1. When you actually talk about editing your videos or photos, you can't do that efficiently in MacBooks due to the smaller screens. And if you are looking towards iMac, as it has the bigger screen, then there is a massive price difference between iMac and Mac Mini. Even if you'll go for a decent monitor, both will be cheaper than iMac. This device can just get you started even without making any purchase, as it has all ports you need. But the MacBooks, you can't move ahead without a USB hub. Number 2, performance. Performance is top notch and Mac Mini is performing slightly better than MacBooks due to a bigger chassis. Mac Mini with 8GB and 16GB RAM has similar performance. There's not much difference. There is no point in having additional RAM until you are working on several applications together, which does not make sense. Number 3, no better option in the market. No other Windows machine is close to Mac Mini's performance in this segment. Not only performance, there is no other machine in this segment that will perform silently like Mac Mini without any heating issues. I haven't heard the fan noise till now. It's dead silent. So, to conclude this, if you already have a monitor and you are willing to add M1 Mac to your desk, without a second thought, go for a Mac Mini. So this was the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Do smash the like button and subscribe the channel. We'll see you in the next video.